Welcome to another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line. I'm Frank Walker, Vice President of Governmental Affairs here at the Florida Chamber, and joining us today is Representative Mike Rosa from St. Cloud. Welcome to the program, Representative Rosa.
Frank, great to be here.
So this November, voters are going to have an opportunity to vote on Amendment 3, which is called the Voter Control of Gambling in Florida. Can you explain not only what Amendment 3 is, but why is it important to have voters as the sole deciders of whether or not we have additional gambling in the state of Florida?
Sure. Well, Amendment 3 is going to put the expansion of gaming back into voters' hands and out of the legislature's hands. Historically, that's where all major expansion has happened. If you look back in history, especially with the expansions down in Miami-Dade and Broward County, and it wasn't an easy thing, but ultimately the entire state had to weigh in to ultimately allow gaming to take place. As you know, our economy is very unique here in Florida, and adding an element of gaming should honestly have the voice of the entire state.
The Chamber has had a multi-decade position of opposing the expansion of gambling here in the state, with the idea that that's not the type of economic development that we need. And while the amendment's trending in the right direction, let's talk consequences and implications for job creators and families should it not pass.
Well, again, with having a unique economy as Florida, I kind of call it like making a soup, right? At what point do you have, the right temperature, the right ingredients, and all of a sudden to throw another ingredient that could throw things off can be a little bit dangerous. And it's not just the ability to walk into a casino and make a bet, but it's all of the negative outfalls that ultimately happen when there's a casino there, and how it can be detrimental to local businesses, to businesses in the community as far as job creators and employment. It's just not a great economic tool, and should never really be looked upon as an economic tool to spur anything.
So what efforts are you personally leading to push Amendment 3 across the finish line, and maybe talk to our members who are sitting at home watching this who want to become involved but just don't know how?
I think the best way to become involved is just inform your friends, your neighbors, your family. Of course, being an elected official, I get asked many times about things that may be on the ballot or things that are just happening in general in our political world. And I make sure that I inform folks, hey, these are some of the battles that we had to come across in Tallahassee. And gaming has been a major fight. It's been something that has kind of been pulled and tugged in a lot of different directions, and some folks are in favor of expanding gaming and maybe have large destination casinos in any one of communities across the state of Florida. And some folks have said, hey, absolutely not in my backyard, for a lot of good reasons. So I make sure I talk to folks about what we've done in our committee, and of course having the ability to chair the Gaming Control Committee this last 2 years in the Florida House. We've researched, we've talked to folks, we've interviewed, we've had great discussions within the committee, and I just tell folks, hey, these are some of the things we've seen, these are some of the things we've studied and heard, and allow them to hopefully make the best educated decision they can for what they think is right in their community.
Well, you've certainly been a leader on this issue in the legislature. We appreciate the partnership and the support, and really your leadership on a host of issues from your perch over in not only that committee but others. So we appreciate you joining us on the program for today, but I do think we're out of time. So to our viewers, thank you for joining us for another edition of the Florida Chamber's Bottom Line.